This is TWiT.
This one could very well have been our tip of the week this week, but so, you can treat it as such if you'd like. But I guess in tip form, it would go something like, if you are traveling to Egypt, do not complain about your experiences there on social media in any way, shape, or form, because, and this is not the first instance of the current regime in Egypt having a very crackdown mentality about the internet and its uses. A woman named from Lebanon named Mona El Mazbou, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She was 24 years old. She was doing vacation tourism in Egypt and didn't have a very good time. And she posted a video where she complained a lot about the country. She complained she was subjected to sexual harassment. She complained about various aspects of the country. She did post an apology for all of this, but that did not prevent government officials from arresting her at Cairo's airport and ultimately, through their legal process, finding her guilty of deliberately spreading false rumors that would harm society, of attacking religion, and of public indecency. She has been sentenced to 8 years in prison. If you're planning your camel and pyramid trip, just be well aware. And a terrible thing that has happened to this 24-year-old woman on vacation. Any thoughts, Stefan?
I thought it was interesting in the article. There was a reference made to the fact that people have always complained about vacations and always had, told their friends about some bad experience they had, and that doing so on a platform like the one she complained on shouldn't change the underlying fact of this is just somebody complaining about their vacation. And first of all, let me be perfectly clear here. I'm not endorsing the arrest of this woman in any way, shape, or form, but I will say that that's a slightly naive view, because what the context in which you use technology matters as much as the technology itself. And in this case, a platform that might have a very different impact if it were used in the US or Canada or Europe. If you're in a country as unstable as Egypt is right now, that same platform is going to have a very different impact. And I think to pretend that this is no different than somebody complaining about their vacation, it strikes me as a little bit naive or disingenuous, because you have to take the context in which you use technology into account when you're evaluating its impact. And so I thought that was a weird framing in the story about what this woman had done. I think it's a little dismissive of the underlying issue, I think.
Yeah, I agree. But it does, by the same token, I think it behooves people wherever they're traveling to consider, whether their usual social media practices make sense in the context of where they are and what they're doing. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Brian?
It's a pretty horrifying result, after posting a video online to then be sentenced to prison. Certainly she would have had no idea that was a potential outcome of what she did, especially considering that it wasn't like it was in her control to make that video go viral. And I don't think that was probably her intention. I can't imagine posting something online, it getting a lot of attention and being arrested for it when it's just kind of airing grievances. I think it should make us think that, even if we post something, here in the United States about a country like Egypt, would we get, arrested if we then travel to that country for a vacation or for business or for whatever reason? Do we need to be considering everything we post now on social media and what effects it might have if we were to leave the country and go to some other country?